Welcome back to the Rogue Island, guys. This is Wesley.
And Trent.
And today we're going to be doing a review of Avengers Infinity War.
Part 1.
Yes, Trent.
Well,
part
the next
one.
one's going to be called something different.
It's probably going to be, yeah.
But I'm just saying, part 1.
Nowhere in that movie
Of
did
two.
it say,
Of
nowhere
two.
in this movie did it say part 1.
I know. It said Thanos will return at the end.
Yes.
And I was waiting for, like, in part 2, like they did with It.
Yeah.
So 5-word each plot synopsis. The Avengers are back, baby.
I thought you were going to say bitches.
Oh, whatever. It's your turn.
You fight Thanos, you die.
Alright.
And a lot of people died. Like,
You gotta tell people that it's a spoiler first.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers!
Just put it in the title.
Okay, fine.
I don't know. Most people put that in the title.
Yeah, I'll be sure to do that. Alright, just remind me. Okay, spoiler one. Anyway. So, Wesley, what'd you think about this movie?
It was amazing. Probably close to one of the best Marvel movies I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, it was great. Like, sometimes you have those movies where you feel like they didn't get enough time for, like, fight scenes and stuff. This did. I mean, like, I felt really satisfied with that, you know? They had a lot of fight scenes. And the other thing, I mean, it wasn't boring fight scenes either. You know?
No, they're really good.
It was, they kept it interesting. And the other thing I really liked about this movie was the humor they had. I mean, we were dying laughing.
Yeah.
At some of the stuff. And I loved seeing all of those Marvel characters together. You know, the Avengers, Doctor Strange, the Guardians of the Galaxy, what else? Other people like Spider-Man. They didn't have Ant-Man in there.
No,
I was kind of disappointed.
He's having his own movie later this year.
I was kind of disappointed to see that he wasn't in there. Maybe he'll be in part 2.
Well, I guess if he turned the Giant Man, he could have done some stuff.
They might have him and Hawkeye in part 2.
Maybe. I'd like to see that, actually.
Because they're almost gonna need them. You know, they brought him up. They already talked about him. Said the one's under house arrest. So and Deadpool. They gotta have Deadpool in there.
Yeah.
And the X-Men.
Yeah.
They gotta, Doctor Strange has gotta bring the X-Men and Deadpool back from their universe over here to help. Wait, think about it. If he can do that.
Yeah, I know, you mentioned
because
that
the thing is, like, well, when Thanos, killed all those people, would that affect them in that universe?
I don't think so, no. It only,
I'm not sure
he's half of this universe is what it means.
Okay.
So I think
I was just making sure that it didn't, because that's the thing. They could bring people from like that universe, or if there were other universes, they could bring other people.
Fantastic Four, actually.
Yeah, right. Doctor Strange could bring them over, and they could help fight. And that would make it really interesting, you know. Right.
Me, I felt this has been in the making for 10 years, and we finally got all the Avengers in the same movie. Not in the same shot, but in the same movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you feel so rewarded, because, like, you've had to sit through Iron Man, you go through all that, even some of the...
It made it sound like it wasn't that great. I mean,
Iron Man was good.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, you had to deal with some okay movies, like, Thor Dark World.
Yeah, Dark World wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, some other movies, but we had Black Panther earlier this year, which was alright, but I didn't think it was as good.
I liked it. See, I don't think any of the Marvel movies are really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I have enjoyed all of the ones I've seen. I've seen a good bit of them. Seen all the Thors, all the Iron Mans.
Yeah.
Captain America's.
Avengers.
The Civil War wasn't the greatest. I liked it, but it wasn't... I mean, it was okay. The Avengers were all great.
The second...
Civil War wasn't... I mean, it was good too, but it wasn't at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say I disliked any of them or anything like that. I enjoyed them all. So I wouldn't think like I wouldn't say I was like disappointed with any of them. So this like made up for disappointments.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, it was just so much better. I think it probably was the best in my opinion because the thing is, like, I can't wait. I really thought they'd have all of them together in one scene.
Probably do that for the
fighting.
next
That's
movie.
what they're. Yeah, exactly.
And all in the same shot too. Hopefully, because I feel like you gotta have to do that so everyone's like, this is like, it'll probably be out in like 2020 or something like that. But like that's 2 years or 12 years worth of movies.
I forget next year.
No, I'm not saying next year. I'm saying in 2 years.
They can't go 2 years between something like that.
They could. I mean, they're having an Ant-Man movie, which is probably going to take place before this. They're having a Captain Marvel movie, which is supposed to take place in the 90s. That's coming out next year. So, I mean, they'll probably fill it up with a bunch of animated
They do have to bring
movies.
Captain Marvel in.
And we also have Venom and another Spider-Man movie coming out.
Yeah, but...
animated Spider-Man movie, but still, that's...
I mean, I almost feel like they should have Avengers Infinity War, like, or the second...
Yeah.
The sequel to this. They should have that next year, because... I feel like 2 years is too much of a time gap between these
because
movies.
it's gonna... I mean, this movie took, like, a few years to make, and they had to shoot it with a bunch of other movies, you know, so, I mean, I don't know. But
yeah, but this wasn't... They didn't just cut off the middle of the movie. You know, they didn't break the movie in half. You know, this was the start of the movie, so it doesn't matter when you start it.
The start of a story.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, if in my opinion, if they're gonna have the second part in 2 years, they should have waited a year for this movie. That way you could still have the movies a year apart.
Yeah. Maybe they did, I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, I thought this movie was just awesome. Just, like, all the years movies all in one. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so let me go through my notes. Okay. So, I'm just going to assume that I'm just going to assume that Loki isn't dead. Because, first off, it didn't feel like that, because I feel like he'd be smarter than just be like, oh, I'm going to take a knife and stab him in the neck. Like, I feel like he's the trickster god or whatever, so I feel like he'd still be alive. Even though a lot of people say, like, you're not going to fake your way out this time. But, I don't know, just, either I was
he can't be
null from the shock, or I was just like, he'll come back in the second part, maybe, I don't know.
The only thing is I'm thinking, like, I already said about, like, how they killed a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
When they have to bring someone back, like Spider-Man's dead, Director Fury's dead, and his whoever follows him around a lot, I forget her name, but there were so many people in this that died, and they're gonna have to bring them back somehow to fight Thanos, or after Thanos is dead, they can bring them back.
I'd be surprised if they didn't. But,
well, that's the thing. Maybe they'll bring Loki back too.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Loki will show up last minute. Somehow he didn't die.
If he doesn't come back, that was a good way to go out, though. Like him saying, like, Odin's son or whatever. You know, Thor after Loki was killed was pretty sad. You know, he's like, no! You know, like, I'm really glad that they still have that kinship or whatever. Like, I'm still glad Loki gave up the Tesseract for his brother, you know, so I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
So the Infinity Stones were made and spread out due to the Big Bang Theory, so I thought that was somewhat interesting. Let's see. You have reality, power, space, mind, soul, and time.
What was the one that Vision had? Mind?
Yeah, he had mind. Yeah, Vision had mind.
And what's her name had soul?
Power was the Tesseract, the blue one.
Okay, space.
Reality was where?
That was the one she helped him find.
Where was it though? Oh no,
that was soul that she helped him find.
That was at the collectors or whatever. Remember, like that guy, he was haggling or whatever. Space, I don't know where he got that from.
No.
Time, Doctor Strange.
No, remember that guy was already dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Reality.
He got it from him though.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, and soul, from
he didn't get that from
Ymir
him, though, did he?
or whatever crap. What? Yeah, he got that from the guy he was torturing, who it wasn't really him, though. That's who he got it from.
Yeah, but I was thinking that the guy had said he already...
sold it or something like that?
Yeah, because remember, like...
He was lying.
I thought she had it.
No,
I thought she had got that.
No, she knew where the
I
soul
knew that was
was.
soul, but she hid that or something, I thought.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that was from that place. Okay, maybe not. I guess not.
And space, I think Thanos already had that. I don't know.
Yeah, that was probably the one he had to begin with.
What does space do? I know power's like power.
I guess that's just
like
for
you can
everything
change
in
reality.
space. Just for space
Mind,
itself.
you can control minds, maybe? I don't know. Time,
Mine is
time,
mine is like
obviously.
extreme like intelligence.
Oh, okay.
No, I think because like remember how intelligent Vision was?
Yeah. Soul is... I don't know what Soul is, but yeah. Gamora's dead.
Well, that's just like for people's souls. That's where souls come from or whatever. I think that was supposed to be what soul.
So
has
he
to
can
do.
create souls.
I don't know. It didn't really show.
It
didn't really show what he could do with that. But I assume it would have to do with like our souls.
Yeah.
Time is obviously controls time, and he already did that. Mind would be like, the intelligence thing. Space is probably like outer space, like everything in it. Power is obviously power.
All right.
Reality is what.
So they said that Ant-Man and Hawkeye took like some deal or whatever. So. That's why Ant-Man's not there.
Yeah, and that's why Hawkeye's not
there.
Mm-hmm.
That's Ant-Man's having his movie later, so it's probably going to take place before Infinity War.
But I think they will be in the second one.
Yeah, I definitely think they'll be in the second one. Let's see. Star-Lord's deep voice thing with...
yeah, that was funny.
That was awesome. That was really funny. I love it when you see
are you mocking me?
Like, you see all these characters interact. Like, it's so cool. Like, you see Guardians of the Galaxy with Thor, and then you have, like... and also Iron Man and stuff like that, and Spider-Man with Doctor Strange.
Thor keeps calling the Raccoon Rabbit.
Yeah, that was really funny. So I don't know if this is like a comic thing or ever, but they didn't bring it in the movie. But Thanos' goal was to destroy half of life to please Lady Death, which was like that was in the comics. I don't know if it's the same here, but. Here it seems like he's doing it so he can do like have balance or whatever, something like
that. That's what his motives were.
Because like with Gamora's plan, they said like, well, I killed half the people because before it like you were starving and stuff like that, but now it's a thriving place or whatever. So
yeah, see, like in this movie, that's how his motives were. I don't know if it'll be like later on it'll come out that he was doing this to please, like you said, Lady Death or whatever. But for this movie, his intentions, they say, was to basically cut down overpopulation.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
The children of Thanos, there were about, like... I don't know if they were actually his children, but they were, like, 4, I think. Like, there was that big guy. You had that priest guy who was always citing stuff. You had the girl. And then...
There was the blue girl.
The guy with the staff.
Well, also the, Amora's sister.
Nebula?
Yeah, Nebula. I think that was his actual daughter.
Yeah.
I don't think those other ones were actually his kids.
No, I think they were just like it was like a cult or something.
I think Nebula was his only was his only true
daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Those other ones were probably like followers from like basically like what
probably
Amara
like his
was.
best guys, and they're like, oh, we're the children of Thanos or whatever.
Basically like Amara.
Yeah.
She wasn't his actual daughter, but
Gamora.
she called him Gamora. So it was Amara.
No.
Okay. Like she called him father because he took her in and he raised her. It could be like them.
Yeah. That part where like Gamora and like Star-Lord turn the feelings. He's like, how long have you been standing there? An hour.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Drax is awesome.
Yeah, he's really funny.
I love the part where
I can't believe they killed Drax too. Drax and
Drax died.
And the Groot.
Yeah. We'll talk about that at the end, though.
That just
more about that
pisses me off.
Let's see. Spider-Man, his like whole speech, like, hey, you shouldn't have been here. It's like, well, there's no neighborhood. There's no neighborhood, no friendly hood.
If there's
no,
you can't have a neighbor. You can't have a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there's no neighborhood.
Yeah, I was just like, that's actually kind of cool. Then later he's like, I know that doesn't make any sense, but the Iron Spider suit was awesome.
Oh, I know, dude.
The freaking Iron Spider arms, dude. Like, dude, in the comic, like, it's a lot more, like, yellow and gold. Or, I mean, gold and red. And it's just, like, he has a red suit, and then he has, like, a gold face, and then, like, he has the 4 spider arms. But, like, oh, that was so cool, though.
Yeah, dude.
Thor speaks Groot, which is really crazy. They taught that, they said, so I thought that was pretty cool. Peter Dinklage is a dwarf.
Yeah.
I knew he was.
A giant
I heard
dwarf.
something that he was supposed to be in this movie, and then he shows up. I'm like, oh my gosh! I thought that was cool though. Did Thanos like melt his hands or something? Right?
It looked like he dipped his hands in the metal.
Yeah,
in the molten metal.
Yeah, so he couldn't like do anything.
So it was just his hands were covered in.
That sucks. I thought the ships were cool, like those circular ships. Like
the
ring
donut.
ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, the donut ship. Yeah.
We're in a giant donut.
Red Skull.
Yeah, I can't believe
Red
he was
Skull
in that.
is in
All
here.
people. Yeah.
He's still the same age, so I'm assuming he can't like age there or something, or maybe something with the stone did something to him. But like, that was so cool.
We said he was cursed to like be there and lead people to what he could never bear.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I mean,
yeah, of all people, Red Skull.
I know. Like he's like a Nazi.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's crazy. Spider-Man is fighting Thanos. That's just so cool to think of. Like, cause you think about the old Spider-Man movies, like with Tobey Maguire. Like you can't even imagine him fighting someone like Thanos, you know. Yeah. And then he's like fighting Thanos in this one. It's really cool.
It was all he could do to handle Octoman or whatever his name was. The
Octopus, Dr. Octopus.
Is that what it was?
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock, yeah.
Hulk and the Hulkbuster was pretty cool.
Is that what that big thing was called?
Yeah, the Hulkbuster. That's what he used in the second movie to
go
to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because he keeps punching music. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I thought it was really sort of weird that Strange gave Thanos the time.
Yeah, I know.
I thought, like, because before he was like...
Without hesitation, I will let you and the boy die.
And, like, it's like, what, like a few hours later, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh, I'm going to give you the stone because I want you to kill him or whatever. But yeah, him and Star-Lord were really stupid. Because Star-Lord, like, attacks him whenever he was, like, under that, like, Mantis's whatever, like, his, like...
Yeah,
and they were almost close to getting the glove off, and he's like, no, I'm going to hit you.
Yeah.
Do you think Gamora's dead? Like, let's just say they don't bring everybody back.
They can bring her back, too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If they're bringing everybody else back, why not bring Gamora back?
Okay, I'll talk about that later. This all took place in the span of, like, one day, which is really crazy.
Yeah.
A 2.5 hour movie took place in one day. So, who would you say is your favorite character?
Man, there's so many.
I'll tell you this, Thanos is probably my favorite villain so far. Along with, actually, I like Ultron first, and then I like Thanos. Ultron's just really awesome, but like, Thanos, I just, you sort of get behind his motives, but you also still don't truly know what his motives are, and like why his mindset's like that.
What do you mean you don't
understand? I meant like his mindset, like how he's able to do all this. I mean, like what put him in this situation years ago where he's just like...
Well, you saw what happened. His race died out completely.
Mm.
He was basically the last one.
Oh yeah, another thing I was going to ask is like, you know how he kills half of the population of each planet or whatever? How come with the dwarves on that like planet he killed all of them except for one? Like,
because they can make weapons against him.
I guess. All right. So yeah, you don't know about your favorite character. I thought Black Panther in this movie was all right. Like he's pushed to the background really. A lot, you know. So I didn't really pay attention. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of Black Panther like everyone else was, but like I thought it was still an okay movie.
Which was kind of smart because you don't want to push, like. They made that like it seemed like there was a big racial like outrage thing when Black Panther came out.
Yeah.
So I feel like pushing him to the front of the movie would have like I don't know.
Been like, okay, we don't want to push in your face, but hey, I just want you to know we like black people.
Something like that. I mean, it was. I mean, yeah, I don't
know. I thought, man, Tony Stark. I was sure he was gonna die in this movie. Like that part where Thanos hit him with the. I was like, oh my god,
you can't.
Because like they set it all up like, oh, like she's. I'm assuming he's engaged to Potts or whatever. And, like, they were, like, well, he was talking about kids and stuff like that. I thought, like,
it sounded like they just got married.
Yeah. Steve Rogers is barely, like, the weird thing is, like, Captain America, like, is kind of barely in this movie. Like, I think they try to just, like, if anything, Thor and Guardians of the Galaxy were probably in it a little bit more, and Iron Man. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of characters, though, so I understand you can't give them all, like, a bunch of screen time, but, like, a lot of characters, like, push to the background. Like, they got a few lines here, and you saw them kick butt a few times, but, like, that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of liked... Like, I liked the way they did all of it. Like, Captain America, like, I think they changed him a little too much. I hated how they gave... Like, I liked the new shields they gave him, but I liked his old shield.
Yeah, his old shield was better.
Yeah. I mean, it was cooler, it was more... I mean, he's supposed to be the patriotic guy, you know? But, I mean, his suit's different. Shield...
He still has a star on his chest, though. I think
it's a black star, yeah.
It's pretty cool, actually. I thought, who was it? Black Widow was just sort of there again.
Mm-hmm.
Vision and Scarlet Witch have started a romantic relationship.
Yeah, I didn't like Black Widow's hair though. I liked it. I thought it looked better red.
Yeah. Vision was just sort of there. He's just like, hey, remember, this guy has the Mind Stone, people, okay? We're going to follow his story a little bit. And then you had, like, Scarlet Witch, who was also there. Apparently, she's the only one who can destroy a Mind Stone, which I thought was weird, but, like, whatever.
She had that power.
She had the power, at least, which I thought was weird, but, like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm not hating on this movie. I like this movie a lot. I'm just saying, like, there's a few things I have a problem with. But, yeah, I'm just going through the characters, actually. Spider-Man... He's awesome in this movie. He's pretty cool.
I like that.
Thor was awesome. Again, like he's my favorite Avenger, along with Spider-Man. And the Guardians of the Galaxy were pretty cool, especially Rocket Raccoon, Teenage Groot. Thor's hammer, its handle is Groot. Isn't that awesome? Like Groot's so awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Mantis, they were all there. I think I went through most of the characters, so...
Yeah. Well, I liked when they're in that donut thing in space and Tony thinks he's alone and, he ends up talking to the Cape and then Spider-Man just comes and he's like, what are you doing here? I told you to go home. And he's like, well, it was so far away.
Yeah.
And this is right here. And he goes, and technically the suit took me. And he goes, so technically this is your fault.
Did you just say it was my fault? But yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Favorite scene?
Oh, man.
I just like stuff with Thanos. Like, he's just such a complex character for me. Like, I haven't had that since Ultron. Like, I just like him. I thought the part with, like, him getting all the Infinity Stones was cool.
Age of Ultron I wasn't a huge fan of. I mean, it was okay, but...
I loved Ultron, the movie. Like,
It was like, yeah,
he's awesome.
It was okay. It wasn't anything special.
I don't know. There's a lot of good scenes in here. I just can't think of one. Okay, most parts of improvements, I pretty much said everything. Like, not all the characters got a lot of screen time.
Yeah, but you couldn't. Like
Thor got more. I think Thor had the biggest out of...
Thor had a good amount of screen.
Because, like, he had to get, like, his hammer back and everything like that. Like, that was a whole thing. Like, that could have been a movie right there, sort of, So, I thought that was...
Yeah.
Do you have any worst parts or improvements?
Not especially. I mean,
really
there was nothing I was really disappointed with. Other than the fact that they had to break it up, and then they just, like, stop and they killed, like, everybody. They killed Director Fury. I really thought they were going to keep him in.
Did they just kill all of, like, the new Avengers and they're going to have the next movie where it's all the old ones go back and they do it? Something like that. It's probably going to be something like that.
I'm hoping to see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in with this.
Actually, that's my favorite scene. That part where he snaps and, like, you just see all, like, his gauntlet was messed up from just doing that. Like, that was a lot of power just behind going like that, and everything was like... But I thought that was really cool. I was going to mention something else. I don't know, but yeah, they have, like, all the old Avengers alive and stuff like that, so they're probably going to... All of them are going to get all the others back somehow. They're probably going to use, like, the Time Stone or something.
That's what
maybe. I don't know. They got to do something... Oh, this is what I'm thinking. You have the gauntlet, it can wipe out half of all life. It can probably bring half of life back or something like that.
Or the Reality Stone.
And I heard also there's something about there's supposed to be 2 gauntlets out there.
Yeah, remember the second one up in the thing?
Up in what thing?
Remember they saw that that other gauntlet.
You mean in that star thing? I thought that was just a mold or something like that they use.
If it was, then you can make your second gauntlet. I assume that was just like one of the... I assume you made like 2 gauntlets or something, like a rough version, and then the new or revised. Or
also, in the after credit scene, we got teased to Captain Marvel. It's gonna be so cool. Yeah. She's like Superman.
Wait,
I think. Yeah. It's like a Superman type character. I guess. I mean, she can stand up to Thanos probably.
This is dark as DC.
Oh, you're talking about the Deadpool trailer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that part where, like, he just drops a thing and you just see, like, her insignia right there. I thought that was really cool, so can't wait to see that movie. So, sequels, we said, probably they're going to come back in the next one, try to get all of them together, and they're all going to have, like, one shot where you see all of them and they go off to fight in their different respective areas, and yada, yada, yada. Any theories? My theory is there's a second gauntlet and it can bring half a life back.
And
we see Lady Death.
Here's my theory.
And one more thing, Galactus. But go on.
Here's my theory. They defeat Thanos, and everything goes back to normal.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, probably.
And then there's an after credit scene that shows us the next bad guy.
Galactus. He's a planet eater. Like, he can literally pick up a planet and eat it. That's how big he is. I just hope they don't bring everybody back. Like, you have to have somebody die. At least one person.
I'd say Loki, if
I guess. But
someone's gonna die. Because the thing is, like, if they do more with Guardians of the Galaxy, you gotta have them
If
all
anything,
there.
they might end with either Iron Man or Steve Rogers dying. Something like that.
You can't kill either of them. Steve Rogers, maybe, but not Iron Man.
But yeah, that's just my thing. Replay value.
And the other... actually, I just want to say...
okay.
Hulk.
There you go.
He couldn't bring Hulk back.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. It's probably going to be another
Hulk
thing
just
in the
said
next
no.
movie. No! No.
He's like,
they're mean.
Don't say no.
Get them away.
But then, like, if you remember in Thor Ragnarok, Hulk took over.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't, like, not be Hulk.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but it'll probably be explained in the next movie. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, they'll probably figure out what the deal is with Hulk. They'll probably fix it, or, you know, it'll come down to the last second, and Hulk will need to come out, and he will.
He
and
will beat the crap out of Thanos.
Yeah.
So replay value.
Very, very, very high. I'd watch it again.
Yeah, I'll watch it again.
Oh, yeah.
That movie's really good. So rating and final thoughts. Wesley, what do you rate this film?
9.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright. And...
There can only be 110.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can do only... Well, I mean, if you... It doesn't matter.
To me, that's my 10.
So final thoughts.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, everything, how they were able to bring everybody together. Even though, like, the Avengers were disbanded and weren't on speaking terms and all of that stuff, they brought them together. And, like, some of them were just, like, even though they had the option to hide, they were just like, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do this. I gotta help. And I liked how they brought the fight to Wakanda. I thought that was kind of cool. But, yeah, I mean, I think they did a really good job with this movie and putting it together, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the next one.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to pick between... I wish we could do, like, more decimals, but I don't feel like doing that because it just seems random. But, like, if I want to give this the highest 8.5 that I can get it. I just think some of the parts with, like, you know, like, not all the characters getting the same amount of stream time had me a little bit. But not, like, I think that...
You can't give them all the same amount, though.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, I want to give this a 9, I really do, but... let me think a second.
Just say an 8.9 if you don't want to...
I don't want to say 8.9 because that's stupid. I really want to give it a 9, but I feel like Quiet Place was... Like, I'm trying to do this, like, with a Quiet Place. Like, a Quiet Place, I had a 9. I'm gonna stick with 8.5, honestly. But, yeah, I just, like, you know, like, don't think, like, an 8.5 is horrible or anything. That's a great rating, by the way, Wesley. I don't know why you're all like, what? But, I mean, this is a great movie. 10 years in the making on one movie, and it's amazing. You have to see it. You have to see it.
I'm more like, what? Because, like, you rate A Quiet Place higher than this. And
well, because I like The Quiet Place, like, a lot, because it surprised me a whole lot. In this movie, it got me a little bit, but I feel like in the next movie, they're just going to bring all these people back.
Okay.
If in the next movie they don't bring everybody back, I will come back to this video, and I'll edit it, and I'll be like, 9.
Give it a 9, because they're not going to bring everybody back. They're like Loki or Gamora or someone.
That ending, that was probably the darkest Marvel ending, though. All those characters dying. That part was Spider-Man, where it's like, I don't want to go, sir. I don't want to go. And it's just like, that was, like, that was directly like Tony Stark's sort of vision he had in the Age of Ultron, where like everyone was dead around him and everything like that.
Yeah.
Except Steve Rogers wasn't there, but like.
Well, the only thing with that is like you could at least see the bodies in there.
Yeah.
Here
they just disappear.
Yeah,
like,
they just disappear.
Oh, that's bad.
That was the other thing. Like, you don't know that they disappeared. If you didn't see them disappear, you don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it's him in the same universe as Deadpool, and then we get a Deadpool Spider-Man movie.
That would be interesting to see.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Anyway, this movie turns out to be a 9. So overall rating of 9. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's just a phenomenal movie. You have to watch it. I have a question for you. Do you think this will beat the box office of Star Wars? Like, do you think this will be like, because Star Wars Force Awakens was such a huge thing. Do you think that it'll beat that, or do you think it's like, I don't know. Maybe it'll be close, but not enough.
I'm really not sure. I couldn't tell you, dude. I know a lot of people are gonna see this.
Yeah.
But
It's just like
at the same time, the theater wasn't even completely packed.
Yeah.
Well, it was the
Well, it was mostly
afternoon,
up
right,
front,
but still.
so I mean, there are a lot of people behind us, but like,
Oh yeah. But not every seat in there was filled.
yeah.
So I mean, but also this was one of the mall theaters, and it's so you never know. But
so yeah, that's what we thought about Avengers: Infinity War. So make sure to leave a like. Also comment down below what you thought about the movie, when you're going to see it, and who you're going to see it with. Yeah, this has been the Rogue Island. My name's Trent,
Musley,
and we'll see you guys later.
next time.